This has been a very exasperating video, but here we go. This is the door to my craft room, and behind the door I have placed my lanyards from Super Summer Knit Together and the One Sock Summit that I went to, which has all sorts of pins from knitters, so it's really fun. Then I have my needle minders, ones I've made and ones I've purchased, and I purchased the silver one 2 weeks ago because I knew I was running out of room, so I went ahead and bought a new one of those. Over here, that is a old intercom system that's never worked, and so we've never had it fixed or anything. But those two pieces of glass, the angel my mother-in-law gave me and the Christmas one my mom gave me, we were going to try to make those and we never did. This is a cross stitch my mom made me when I was a kid, so I've lost the frame when I moved, so I need to get it a different frame. So now I'm going to step back. There we go. So in that basket is all of my whips that I have on the list for the School of Magical Stitches and Literature. And then down here, of course, I have this tier. It's got floss and bead stuff and hoops and fabric and magazines. Come back up. That big thing is a ball winder for yarn. Up here on that top shelf, I have my 30-minute stitch. Will sit up there. That has this right here. Has all of the ones I've completed, the stitching I've completed. And I have buttons and nails, and that jewelry box is one that my father had, and he passed away a couple of years ago, so my aunt sent that to me. And then I have my knitting bags and some electronics. And in that brown case, my dad made that for me when I was 18. And it's got my knitting needles. And then I've got kids' books there and kids' books there. Come back up. And then up here, way up here, I have some miscellaneous books. And I have stained glass stuff and bead stuff there. I have knitting or sewing stuff there and there. This is for my Joy spinning wheel that's being borrowed right now. My daughter-in-law's borrowing it. So here is my Hanson and the bobbin and yarn you guys just saw. And over here is more of my spinning tools, and this holds all of my Hanson supplies. And then I have just a different bunch of junk in there. Things that you need, but you never know where to put them. And then over here is some more odds and ends. And there is a little bit of my doll collection and the things I've knit. And this is some more whips. Those are not on my whip list. So if I need something to stitch on, I will grab this. And then that's a box of my paintings and things like that. And of course over here is their baby books and other things. So we will slowly go this way. And I've got an light with a magnifier, so that is the magnifier. I've covered it up. And then this is supplies for sewing, and these are plastic bags to put knitting stuff or cross stitch stuff in, and then tape and other junk there. And my music stand, and then come over here, and there's my TV. Well, it's actually my grandmother's TV, but she no longer watches TV, so I have it in case she ever wants it again. It's here and I can give it to her. The top shelf has got my other magnifiers and other cross stitch supplies. This one has fabric for sewing bags and pajama pants. And down here has my wee games, my Wii games, and other supplies for video games. Then come over here and go up. There's 2 pieces of my stained glass that I decided needed to be in my room because, yeah, it just needed to be. So in here are the pillows I've made. So each season I change them out. So there's some Halloween, and there is a Christmas one in there. So those will come out at Christmas and Halloween. That is my collection of spindles, which, oh, I just love them. Hubby found, let's see, where did it go? It's in there. It must be upside down. But he found, oh, that pointy one way in the back is the one that I lost, and he found it for me. Then my Wii U game is sitting there, so I can, and it's hooked up to the TV with the antenna in the back, so I can watch YouTube or whatever I want to watch. And in this bag is my spinning fiber that I can use to blend together and make other different fibers. And there is a small loom, and the big rigid heddle looms, the rigid heddle is in there. So come back up here slowly. And then we've got my homemade Swift. My dad made that Swift for me. Then there is a latch hook there and some pieces for Q-snaps and other odds and ends there. And then there's the beading loom that I'm going to use. And here is the main gist of my floss. So this has one of every color of DMC. There might be a few missing, but those are full ones. Next to it is my hand-dyed collection. Down there is the extras of the DMCs that have been used. That is my collection of all of the projects. They're not fully kitted, but they're ready to go. They have the fabric and the pattern, so they're all in there, and that is full. It is full, people. Ugh. And that container holds all of my cross-stitch bags. So all the bags I've made go in there. And then I have a bag of purses. So then I'm going to spin around my guitar, my school chair from when I was a kid. And so here's my yarn stash. And I did move in some of my pictures. So that wall is going to be my Halloween wall. But all of my yarn fits in this container. So I have all my yarn there, I have yarn in there, and I have hand spun yarn there. So that's really exciting. I'm so happy to have gotten that all into that. Then spin around here. And I have this set up right now for if I was going to sew. So that is what my desk area will look like if I'm going to sew, except for the sewing machine, of course, will be on this table. And when I'm not, this table spins sideways and just fits up against that other one. And in the closet, shall we look at the closet? Probably. Okay. In this side of the closet, I have 2 more stands. That box is art supplies. And then I have Prairie Schooler ABC sits there. That's extra Q-snaps and grime guards. Those are pillows to make into pillows. That one has my knitting needles. That one is my crochet hand spun crochet blanket that I'm still working on. Those are knitted projects that are started, and I've just shoved them in there. That's got miscellaneous junk in it. That one has some more bags of miscellaneous junk. And those are all the knitted projects that I've done. So there's shawls and scarves and hats in there. So then on the other side, let's see here. Oh. I have my bags, my knitting bags. I have my rigid heddle loom on its stand. I just haven't done anything with it for a long time. Up there is blocking boards for knitting, polyfill, and fiber to spin. So that is full of fiber for me to spin yet. And then come down, fans are very essential. And in there is my hope chest, and it just has junk in it. I just threw some stuff a couple of days ago into her. So we are on the final wall. So the final wall, of course, has all the fun stuff. So we have all of that and that, and then those are all the Mirabilias except for Petal Fairy that are whips. So that is my working pile. And then as I stitch on a project every day, I put the project there when I'm done, so when I go to record, I have it all. And then in the bottom one, if I've purchased anything, it goes there until I record. So this, my friends, is Patty's craft room. Try not to make too many people sick. I hope I didn't. Now we will back out this way. I just love this room. I think it turned out exactly how I wanted it to. There are a few things that I kind of wished that the brown table would go over the little desk and slide up against the wall, but it just can't. But I'm okay with that. It'll be fine. But other than that, this is a fantastic room, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed seeing a little piece of my crafting area. Bye!